Well, hello there. It is now 5 p.m. 1700 hours in England. This is a broadcast from Synonymous regarding HypnosisWeek.com Week 8 broadcast, which was scheduled to run at 9 o'clock British time tonight. However, we are going live now, and therefore we welcome the man of the moment, Jonathan Royal. And me, indeed. It is Hypnosis Week 8. Now, the reason for this is quite simply that we're going live at 5 o'clock, well, just 5:05 UK time. It's because, quite simply, I want to chill out, and yesterday was my birthday, and it's the summer holidays, and my daughter's off school, so heck, you know, a lot of people see this on the live, on the replay video or on YouTube anyway, the vast majority, so I thought, you know what, it won't matter too much if I go live somewhat earlier than normal. So, without further ado, firstly, let me say thank you very much indeed to everybody. Cheers for all the birthday wishes. Literally hundreds of them on my Facebook profile, emails via Facebook, my email account, and also on LinkedIn and other stuff. I'm going to get this in a really good position in a minute that I'm happy with. Yeah. I think, yeah, get myself comfy because I want to be able to reach my drink, and obviously get that about right, and nearly, yeah, that'll do. Cool. So yeah, thank you to everybody for the birthday wishes on my profile, the inboxes, the birthday cards, the presents and all that kind of stuff. Those people who contacted me and said, oh, I want to send you a present or whatever, you know what? Don't bother. Treat yourself, buy something from my store, go to magicalguru.com, click on shop, buy yourself something that will help you with your hypnosis business or your complementary alternative medicine business, and then I'll get to choose what to do with the money. You know what? I've made that a no-brainer for you, because this week's hypnosis offer of the week, if you go to hypnosisweek.com and click on offer of the week, or you go to hypnosisweek.co.uk, the offer of the week on Sunday the 14th of August 2016, which is when this broadcast is being made, is my 2 hypnotherapy and NLP masterclass video courses in one package. Now, they've been on offer to my usual customers for the past week at just 127 United States dollars, which is a bargain in itself, because this represents almost 12 hours of video training teaching you my tried, tested and proven to work shortcuts of hypnotherapy, NLP and what I call complete mind therapy. And you actually see me do live sessions on people, including a lady for insomnia, actual live treatment sessions, and then break it down and whatnot. Now, those videos for you today until midnight next week, but the sooner the better, because I might pull this offer actually early next week. So do it today, take action the moment you see this video. You can get a further 80% discount off that, meaning that you get almost 12 hours of video for just $25.40 American dollars, which is equivalent to £19.64 sterling, or €22.75. It's a no-brainer. One client recoups you your money many times over, especially if you follow my advice on getting clients that will pay you a bare minimum of at least £250 sterling or $400 per session, which you will learn in that package, which you can get at hypnosisweek.co.uk. Or truly invest in yourself, because this is the last week, the last time where I'm going to extend the opportunity for you to get 90% off the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, which is everything I've ever released in my hypnosis career. Every training video, book, manual and course, together with every business building tool, business plan, advertising template, promotional videos that you can use, ready-made websites, you name it, it's in the bootcamp, and you can currently get over 90% off and pay less than $500 if you just go to hypnotismexposed.co.uk. So with the adverts and the housekeeping, as it were, out of the way, and one final time, cheers everyone for the birthday wishes. This has been one heck of a week. I turned 41 yesterday, the 13th of August, which was yesterday. Earlier in the week on Tuesday night, I did a magic and mentalism lecture at the Order of the Magi, Britain's third oldest magic club here in England, and I got a standing ovation at the end, which was absolutely awesome. Look out at all magic dealers. That lecture will be available on video within the next week or so. Also this week I received notification that an award is in the post on its way to me from the South African Association of Hypnotherapists. The president, Max Khan, contacted me and said, I've got an award coming, something along the lines of being Europe's leading hypnosis trainer, most value for money, most informative, best at it. I'll tell you more when the award arrives, but I'm excited about that. So, a quick recap. Remember, all of the videos, this is week 8, and it's Sunday the 14th of August 2016. The previous 7 weeks' videos are on YouTube.com, and all you need to do is go on YouTube.com and type in Hypnosis Week 1, and you will find Hypnosis Week 1 videos. If you type in Hypnosis Week 2, you get Week 2s. Hypnosis Week 3, you get Week 3s, and hopefully you can work it out for Week 4, 5, 6 and 7. Yeah? Good. Week 1 we covered exactly why hypnosis does not exist, why there's no such thing as hypnosis, and what the true emotional motivating triggers are, how and why it truly does work. On week 2 we covered, I believe, off the top of my head, suggestibility tests that were guaranteed to work, physiological and physical tricks guaranteed to work that would convince people that you had control of the mind, as it were. Week 3 we covered some refreshers and pointers. Week 4 we covered media brainwashing, social conditioning and mind control. Do you know what? I've got my computer here and we've covered so much over the weeks that I have literally forgotten. So rather than lie to you, I'm going to type in Hypnosis Week 5, and on week 5 we covered rapid and instant hypnosis induction techniques, how to adapt the suggestibility test from week 2 into induction, and how to do other induction techniques. That's all in there as well. Hypnosis Week 6, we did hypnotherapy and NLP techniques, tricks that are guaranteed to work to make it easier to help people stop smoking, lose weight, gain confidence and whatnot. And last week, Hypnosis Week 7, we had a bit of a discussion about publicity secrets for hypnotherapists, stage hypnotists, NLPers and life coaches. Now you need to be different to stand out from the crowd. And today is week 8, Hypnosis Week 8. And I'm briefly just going to cover, because we have really covered all you need to know, but let's look at it this way. The structure of a hypnotherapy session is really could be but as straightforward as being hypnotise them, tell them what to do that they're not currently doing, or tell them what not to do that they're currently doing that they want to stop, and wake them up. It could be as simple as that, and that would work. We can extend it slightly lower and make it more successful by having a 7-stage plan. Step 1 is to get rapport. Stage number 2, induce the trance. 3 is deepen the trance. Number 4 is ego strengthening therapy. Number 5, so we get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance, ego strengthening therapy. Number 5 is the necessary therapy specific to why they came to you. Number 6 is implant the major post-hypnotic suggestion. And number 7 is awaken them from the trance and give them their audio CD to take away with them. So how this works is get rapport. Well, quite simply, it's as simple as this. Be nice. Say hello to them, shake them by the hand when they arrive, offer them a cup of tea while they're giving you the balance of the money, because you'll have taken 50% up front if you follow what I trained. Non-refundable deposit of 50%, and the balance will be payable upon arrival before the session begins, so that they've made a true financial commitment to the process of change. And to demonstrate they truly believe this will work for them, which, you know, if they're paying £250 sterling minimum, about 400 United States dollars, then clearly they must believe that you are the person to change their life for them. And indeed you will be if you do as I teach in my hypnotherapy and NLP masterclasses, which at the moment you can get with 80% off, whereby you pay just $25.40 or £19.64 sterling, or €22.75 at hypnosisweek.co.uk. But that only runs until midnight on Saturday, the 20th of August 2016. So now is the time to act and grab that. So that's the order. Get rapport is quite literally shake them by the hand, be nice. Induce the trance. Well, arguably, if you look at Hypnosis Week 2, you can use one of the many suggestibility tests, either the magnetic fingers, guaranteed locked hands, eye closure, or eyes follow thumb, or a combination of them, to convince them that when you say things, they imagine them, that they become reality, so that it comes to a point where you bypass the critical faculty, analytical area of the brain, and arguably they are therefore then hypnotised when you're talking to the unconscious or subconscious mind. Those techniques are taught in Hypnosis Week 2 video you can find on YouTube. And then to actually do the formal induction, as it were, if you look at Hypnosis Week 5, Hypnotic Inductions Week, you will find how to do various different inductions and put them under, as it were. So that's get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance. Well, in therapy, it can be as simple as saying I'm going to count backwards. And when we do inductions or deepenings, we always count the numbers backwards from 10 down to 1, or from 3 down to 1, or 5 down to 1, because the numbers going backwards or going down are a suggestion in themselves of going down to sleep. Putting the baby down to sleep at night, that's the way we remember it, whereas when we're waking people up, the numbers go upwards from 1 to 10 or 1 to 3, and we think of that and remember it as waking up in the morning, getting up in the morning, so the numbers go upwards. Okay? So, get rapport, induce the trance, with suggestibility test inductions that you learned in weeks 2 and weeks 5 of Hypnosis Week, you can find on YouTube. Deepen the trance by telling them to imagine in the mind's eye a staircase of relaxation with 10 steps on in a calm, safe and secure manner. And we say a calm, safe and secure manner because some people might be scared of stairs. So if we tell them it's calm, safe and secure in a way that feels right for them, it stops people having a phobic reaction or an abreaction. If we add in that phrase, calm, safe and secure, you imagine it almost as if, by saying it's almost as if, means that they're not put off by the fact they may not see it in glorious technicolor, but also it gives them the option to see it kind of like that, but in a way that's calm, safe and secure for them. I hope that makes sense, because it's a very important point. Okay, so it's almost as if then whatever they experience they can conclude is correct for them and therefore is as it was meant to be. It's almost as if they can imagine it in their mind's eye as 100% total reality. That this is a calm, safe and secure staircase with 10 steps going down in a way that feels safe, right for them, so they can make the reality right for them, and whatever they experience they assume is correct. And you count backwards from 10 down to 1. 10, 9, 8. The deeper you go, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the deeper you go with every breath that you take. Every noise that you hear, every word that I say, and every thought that you think, merely serving as a sign and a signal to help you relax more completely. 7 and 6. Every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers, is becoming so limp, so loose, so relaxed, so heavy, and so tight, like a loose, limp rag doll, in a way that feels right for you. 5 and 4. Drifting down, sinking down, almost as though you're sinking down in a calm, safe and secure manner into that lovely, comfortable chair, into the world of your dreams and your imagination.
as you realise now that as you use your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration so effectively on the count of 3 that no noises distract you whatsoever. In fact, any noises merely serve as a sign and a signal to help you relax each and every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers, more completely with each second that passes by. As the deeper you go, the better you feel as on 2, drifting down, sinking down, and 1, taking that final step down the staircase of relaxation that's calm, safe and secure in your mind's eye in a way that feels right for you. That's just an example. There's a far better script in my complete mind therapy, and there's a far better way of doing it taught in my hypnotherapy and NLP masterclasses that for this next week only have got 80% off and can be grabbed for less than, well, it's $25.40, which is £19.64. It's laughable, really. €22 at hypnosisweek.co.uk. You'll see you'll become a fly on the wall as you witness me do an insomnia session on somebody. You'll see exactly what I say, how I say it, what I do, how I do it, how I react to their questions, and you'll be able to learn from that, emulate that, and if you do what I teach you, you'll be able to easily earn way more than you're currently doing, because I encourage people to charge £250 sterling minimum. That's equivalent to about 400 United States dollars per session. For 2 reasons. It means you're earning more money, but also it means that the client, when they come to you, has more of a belief in you, because if you're going to invest that kind of money, then they must believe that you are the authority figure, that you are the expert therapist that can help them change their life for the better. And as we taught in Hypnosis Week 1, which you can find the videos on YouTube, that is such a pivotal key. So, step 1, ego strengthening, we covered. Step 2, do the suggestibility test and induce the trance. We covered the suggestibility test on week 2, Hypnosis Week. Find on YouTube, and on week 5 we covered the inductions, so that's get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance. I've just given you an example of the staircase visualization. So get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance, do the ego strengthening therapy. Well, that's where, when I've got them to the bottom of the staircase, I get them to imagine that, you can imagine now in your mind's eye, you can see a lovely, warm, inviting, calm, safe and secure double bed in the background. And yes, I do use the stereotypical long drawn out, sometimes slightly strained, almost sounds as though I'm yawning type of voice sometimes, because that's what people expect, because they've seen films and stuff. They've seen stuff on TV and films, and yes, it may be a misconception, and no, it doesn't have to be like that. But if the person believes that's what it is, you know what? We lost there for a second. But you know, rather than telling the client they're wrong, tell them they're right and make their ego feel good, and then provide the preconceived idea of what they think a hypnotherapist, hypnotist, life coach, or whatever you're calling yourself is. And they'll think, yes, I was right. And because they think that's what it was, they will expect that to work. It's all about you transmitting a confidence to them, but them also getting what they expect it to be and experiencing that magic feeling. And if you use what I call my complete mind therapy session, which is taught in the package that's currently got 80% off until midnight on Saturday the 20th of August 2016, then you will actually send them into a snory sleep, and at the end of the session you'll have to physically shake them to wake them up. But that's fine, because there's arguments that whatever you say will go into their unconscious, subconscious mind anyway, and even if it doesn't, as long as they believe that they experience the magic of hypnosis, then that in itself will be a powerful enough placebo effect, because they know what they came to you for. So if they feel they've been zonked out of it, and that you, the hypnotist, have told them they no longer need, want, crave or desire for cigarettes or tobacco, or they no longer need, want, crave or desire for sugary or fatty foods, or that whenever they see a spider, they no longer react as they once did in the past, they're now calm, relaxed and confident, then it will become their reality, because all it takes is that moment for them to believe it like that, as we explain in Hypnosis Week 1. As long as you create that environment where they feel loved, wanted, needed, appreciated, cared for, cherished and valued, that helps increase their levels of self-image, self-esteem, self-confidence and self-control, then they will take control of things and make those positive changes. Watch the previous week's Hypnosis weeks. It all builds up week by week from week 1 through to week 7, this being week 8. If you follow them in order and also download my free books at hypnosisweek.com and read them, you'll also find that the actual therapy session I use, and I literally use for any issue from A through to Z, is my complete mind therapy session, which is chapters 20, 21 and 22 in my book that you can get for free at hypnosisweek.com as a download, or you can get for literally less than £20 sterling on Amazon. Just go to magicalguru.com, click on the shop, and then click on the Amazon link, and you'll find my books there. They're massive encyclopedias that contain all the secrets of my career, which incidentally, you know, I mean, I turned 41 yesterday, the 13th of August, so I'm now entering my 28th year in hypnotherapy professionally and my 27th year in stage hypnosis. So I've learnt a bit along the way. I'm still standing, as Elton John would say, and there's not a year gone by since I begun that I've not at some point been featured in a national or international newspaper and on radio and television, often dozens of times each year, but at the very least, I've every year of my career been featured at some point on a national or international basis on television, on the radio or in the press. Generally, most of those years, dozens of times, over the years, collectively, hundreds of times, and there's a reason for that, and that's because what I'm teaching you, and as I've done over the weeks. Remember last week was about publicity, now you've got to be different. Well, these things do truly work, because the simple fact of the matter is it's no good being just another mind reader or mentalist, it's no good being just another magician, it's no good being just another hypnotherapist, now a life coach or stage hypnotist. You need to stand out, you need a gimmick, you need to be different. That's why years ago I was, as a stage hypnotist, Europe's most outrageous, controversial and often referred to as pornographic stage hypnotist. It was a gimmick. The truth is no one really removed any clothing except at the end of the show. Most of the stories in the media involve paid actresses and stuff, but we covered more of that on Hypnosis Week 7 last week, so check that out. The point is the 7-step plan we're covering for therapy here. So step 1 we covered, get rapport. Step 2, induce the trance with the new set of teeth, suggestibility test and inductions. Deepen the trance we've covered, so get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance. Ego strengthening therapy is to tell them that, for example, something along the lines of, that's fantastic, as you lie there in that comfortable chair and you realise that no noises distract you whatsoever. In fact, any noises merely serve as a sign and a signal to help you relax more completely, as with every breath you take, every noise you hear, every word I say and every thought you think, it merely serves as a sign and a signal to help you relax more completely. And you realise from this moment forward that just so long as you keep your eyes tightly closed at all times, unless I say otherwise, and just so long as you keep using your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration effectively, as I'm sure you will, then this work we do here together today will prove to be and continue to be 1,000,000% successful for you. Because you're now so deeply relaxed, so deeply asleep, that every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers, is so limp, so loose, so relaxed, so heavy and so tired, like a loose, limp rag doll. That anything I should say to you will happen for your own good, will happen for your own good. And anything I say to you, you will do for your own good, you will do for your own good. As from this moment forward, everything I suggest with you, to you or with you, will remain with you and grow stronger and more positive each second of each minute of each hour, day, week, month and year from this moment forward. And so you go on, praising their ego, telling them they're wonderful, using the powers of mind effectively and setting the idea that what you're about to tell them will remain with them and grow stronger and more powerful and positive for them each second of each minute of each hour, week, month and year from that moment forward. So it sets up, if you like, a biofeedback loop in the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, whereby arguably the suggestions do grow stronger for them, like a seed that gets watered and grows stronger. Step 5 is to do the necessary therapy specific to them. Well, this is quite simple. You don't need a script or a script if it's my complete mind therapy one. will make it more powerful for them. But all you need to really remember is this. If the person has come to you doing something they no longer want to do, you give them suggestions that they will no longer do it, and they will find it pleasurable to not do it and painful to continue doing it. So smoking as an example, you give them suggestions that to continue smoking would be painful and that it would feel like donkey shit running down their throat. Oh hey, look at the previous weeks for some really good tips on aversion therapy. But you tell them that they'll feel really positive by saying, no thank you, I'm a non-smoker, I don't want a cigarette. They'll feel proud and wonderful inside. They'll feel all those elements of feeling loved, wanted, needed, appreciated, cared for, cherished and valued. So it increases their self-esteem, self-image, self-control and self-confidence. And all the things we talked about in Hypnosis Week 1 video, which you can find on YouTube, will come into play and help ensure that they remain a confident, happy, healthy, relaxed non-smoker when they leave your office, just as they became the moment they entered it. Because that's the key. The moment they walk through your office door and pay you the balance of the money, okay, for the session, which happens at the beginning, so they made a firm commitment and they have total belief in you and expect it to work, from that very second, that very moment, I always speak as though they no longer have that issue. So I always say, you know, in the past when you used to be a smoker, from the moment they paid that money and walked through the door, I talk so they're getting conditioned to believe that their new reality has already started to begin. Now, if they come to you not doing something they want to do, guess what? You tell them that it will be pleasurable to do it, and to not do it will be painful. So, you know, when you leave here today, if you were to continue doing what you were doing in the past, avoiding situations where you would speak in public, you'll feel a great sense of disappointment. You'll feel really bad, like that time in your life when, and you'll fill in the blank with the answer you will have got off the questionnaire that you will have used and sent them before the session ever begun. I'm just making a note questionnaire so I can tell you about that afterwards. And you fill in the blanks so it's totally personal and specific to them, so it makes it more powerful and amplifies the emotions. But you say to them, you know, that when they do get up and speak in public, they'll feel calm, relaxed and confident, wonderful inside, and they'll feel in a warm glow of confidence, a renewed optimism to life, a more positive attitude to get things done. And yes, your voice tone becomes more upbeat. So you do modulate your voice tone so that when you're hypnotising people, you do the stereotypical relaxed thing, because that's what they expect, and because that's what they expect as they relax more. You will find that the deeper they go, the better they feel. And the better they feel, the deeper they go with every breath they take, because you're fulfilling what they expect, so therefore they will buy into it and believe it more. And when you're waking them up or telling them something great, then it's upbeat and fantastic, so they can feel the positive energy that you're transmitting to them, along with your belief that this will work. Because if you transmit a belief to them, they'll pick up on that. They'll see your certificates on the wall. They'll have seen the social proof on your website that you've cured other people, helped them change their lives. The fact you're charging £250 sterling or $400, way more than the average therapist, means you must be bloody good at what you do. All of these are powerful suggestions that help them change their life for the better. So get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance, ego strengthening therapy, necessary therapy, implant the major post-hypnotic suggestion, which is that absolutely everything I've suggested to you today will remain with you and grow stronger, more positive and more focused for you every second of every minute of each hour, week, month, year, from this moment forward, growing stronger with every breath you take, every noise you hear, every thought you think, serving as a sign and a signal that you've used your powers of mind, your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration so effectively that this will continue to be your new reality. And indeed, each and every time you listen to the audio compact disc that I'm going to give you, or the audio MP3 recording, it will be just as powerful. In fact, each and every time you listen to it, it will be 100 times more powerful and positive for you than if I was there actually sat in the room with you. It will be like the strongest antivirus software for your personal laptop computer. It will be like you are watering the plants and the seeds of positivity for the rest of your life inside your mind each and every time you listen to it. So a major post-hypnotic suggestion is that everything you said will grow stronger, and every time they listen to the audio CD or MP3 recording you give them, it will be more powerful than if you actually were there with them. And then step 7 is to awaken them, and this time, because you're awakening them, numbers go up. So for example, it'd be something like, in a moment as the music changes and becomes more upbeat, I'm going to count from 1 to 10. And on the count of 10, then and only then you'll open your eyes, you'll instantly be wide awake, and everything I've said will remain with you. As on 1 and 2, everything I've said remains with you, locked firmly, positively and safely deep in your unconscious, subconscious mind. So that on 3, you realise that as you use your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration so effectively, that as an automatic reflex action, everything we've done here today together will remain with you in your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, and will grow stronger each second of each minute of each hour, day, week, month and year from this moment forward. As on 4, it's almost as if every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers, is being washed with pure spring water, revitalised, re-energised. As on 5, it's almost as if all the stresses, tensions, worries, fears and apprehensions of days, weeks, months and years gone by are leaving your mind and leaving your body now. As on 6 and 7. Something you once thought would have been difficult to achieve has already started to prove itself to be so ridiculously easy. As on 8, you realise each and every time you listen to the audio CD or MP3 recording each day that it will be 100 times more effective, positive and permanently wonderfully long-lasting for you as if I was there in the room with you. 9, lighter and brighter, coming up out of it. And on 10, wakey, wakey, rise and shine, open your eyes, you're back in the room. And yes, I cheesily do say that because it's what they expect. And hopefully if you've used my complete mind therapy script, point 5 for the specific therapy, then this will be positive and permanent, long-lasting for them, whatever their issue from A through to Z, or A through to Z for our American friends, because the complete mind therapy session is structured to get rid of any negative associations from the past, instill and do all the future pacing stuff for the future, increase their levels of self-image, self-esteem, self-confidence and self-control, and deal with every other psychological element, underlying root cause that will then guarantee that they become the person they want to be. So they'll become and continue to be the confident, happy, healthy non-smoker. Or they'll avoid the sugary, fatty foods. Or they'll find they can be around a spider or getting a lift without having a panic attack. Whatever it is they desire is possible in one session if you do it the Jonathan Royal Complete Mind Therapy way, which is taught in my Hypnotherapy and NLP masterclasses that for the next week only you can grab with 80% off at hypnosisweek.co.uk. But for those of you who prefer live one-to-one training, I've only got one event left this year. One event in September on the Saturday the 10th and Sunday the 11th of September in Castleton, which is near Rochdale in Greater Manchester, England. It's easy links via rail, via Manchester Airport Air as well. It's a full weekend, hands-on with me. You'll learn everything you need to know for success, both in the entertainment arena of hypnosis and the therapeutic arena as well. All for one amazing price. If you grab your ticket in the next week, then it goes up again at www.ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. But if you can't make the live training, either grab that 80% off discount package before the price goes up next week at hypnosisweek.co.uk, or invest in your future and yourself, and there is no risk because there's a full 100% money back guarantee, and grab the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, which contains every single training, video, tool, business template, press release template, even promotional videos you can use and brand for yourself, ready-made websites, products with resale rights. Check it out at hypnotismexposed.co.uk, where for the next week you can grab it with 90% off. So I hear you shouting, if that's the 7-point thing, get rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance, ego strengthening therapy, necessary therapy specific to them, implant the major post hypnotic suggestion and wake them up for therapeutic purposes. What is it for a stage hypnosis show? Well, guess what? It's practically the same as 7 points. You get rapport, generally by saying hello to them as they enter the stage, but you've done it with the audience as well, with your opening jokes and your gags and stuff. Then you do your suggestibility test on the entire audience. Look at the Hypnosis Week 2 video to learn how to lock their eyelids together or get their fingers to go together or lock their hands together and other fun stuff. That was Hypnosis Week 2. And then you'll get volunteers up. One volunteer is worth 100 press men. They volunteer, they're essentially saying that they pretty much want that perfect excuse to make an idiot of themselves on stage, where they can go back afterwards and say, well, you know what, you can't blame me, I was made to do it because I was hypnotised. It gives them the perfect excuse for the 5 minutes of fame, or 15 minutes of fame, or actually an hour and a half normally with a stage hypnosis show, but you get the idea. You then go through a hypnotic induction process, which can be as simple as those that I taught on Hypnosis Week 5, which you, again, can find on YouTube by typing in Hypnosis Week 5. Again, it's free for you there. Or you can use one of the many other hypnosis induction techniques that are taught in my book. It's free to download as a PDF from hypnosisweek.com. Or if you prefer hard printed books, go to my website, magicalguru.com, click on shop and get it off Amazon for about £20 sterling, where you'll learn dozens of rapid and instant inductions suitable for stage. Deepening the trance on stage can be as simple as saying, I'm talking to everybody on stage, because you've got more than one person. I'm talking to everyone on stage. I want you to all imagine in your mind's eye and then use the staircase of relaxation we talked about before. Or it can be something as simple as saying, I'm talking to everybody on the stage. In a few moments' time, I'm going to lift up your right arm. And when I do, it will not bother you, worry you, or concern you in any way. In fact, when I drop it down by your side, it will drop like a loose, limp rag doll. And it will just be a sign and a signal for you to drift down immediately 100 times deeper, more relaxing and enjoyable for you. And you'll find that the deeper you go, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the deeper you go with every breath that you take, every noise that you hear, every word that I say, and every thought that you think. Nod your heads if you understand. Great saying and phrase for stage hypnosis. Nod your head if you understand. They're basically, when they nod their head, saying they will do what you've told them to, and they're becoming cooperative. Because as I said on Hypnosis Week 1, stage hypnosis wise, there's not really any different depths. They're either cooperative or uncooperative in my world, but that'll make more sense if you go on YouTube and type in Hypnosis Week 1. So you've got rapport, you've induced the trance, you've deepened the trance. Ego strengthening therapy is literally to say, I'm talking to everyone on the stage. For the rest of this evening, whenever you hear the audience laugh like this, and you point the microphone at the audience so they laugh and go, ha 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 ha. You go, whenever you hear the audience laugh like that, ha 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 ha. It will not bother you, worry or concern you. It's just a sign and a signal of how wonderfully you're using your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration. And any time you should hear the audience applaud like this, and you point the mic at them and the audience go, it will not bother you, worry or concern you. It will actually help you relax more deeply and enjoyably, because it's just a sign and a signal of how wonderfully you're using your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration as you continue to become one of the stars of this evening's show, Ego Strengthening Therapy. Necessary therapy, well, on stage, laughter is the best medicine. Unless you're diabetic, then insulin works pretty well, but joking aside, on stage it's the routines. And essentially with the routines, it's telling them what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it short, sweet and sharp. So for an example might be, I'm talking to everyone on the stage in a few moments' time when I awaken you, and you hear this piece of music of Elvis Presley, and a short snippet plays. You go, whenever you hear that piece of music, you will instantly become the living reincarnation of Elvis Presley or whichever more up-to-date pop star, and you'll become the man himself or woman themselves dancing around the stage. But the moment the music stops, you'll wonder what the hell you've just been doing. It tells them what to do, i.e. act like Elvis, when to do it when they hear the music, what to do when the music stops, look and act as low, act as if, because that's all they're doing, acting as if they are bemused. We're actually telling them what to do, when to do it and how to do it, right in front of the audience. So arguably you could say it's the audience who are hypnotised because they actually think the people on stage are in some special state and doing something amazing, whereas in truth all they're doing is what we tell them to do when we've told them to do it on cue and whatnot. The major post-hypnotic suggestion in the hypnosis show is that for the rest of this evening, whenever I say sleep, as quickly as that, sleep, a snap of the fingers, you'll instantly let your heavy eyelids close down, you'll instantly let your heavy head fall forward onto your chest, and you'll instantly re-enter this state. Except each and every time you do, it will be 100 times deeper, more relaxing and enjoyable for you. Nod your heads if you understand. The moment they nod their heads, you know that when you've told them to wake up and go up to them and say, sleep, raising your voice, because that's what they expect, that's what they think it's meant to be like. So if you give them what they expect, they will more readily react. But when you say, sleep, they will close their eyes, their heavy head will fall onto the chest, and it will look like that. Sleep. So to the audience, it looks like they're hypnotised. Some people would argue that they are, but you know, if you've watched Hypnosis week 1, the video being on YouTube, you'll know that I do not believe any special trance state exists, that it's all emotional manipulation, that on stage it just gives people an excuse to be a star, the centre of attention, and have the perfect excuse to say, I couldn't stop myself, he made me do it, or she made me do it. So they've got the perfect excuse to make an idiot of themselves and praise their ego through the applause and the laughter, because that's the construct and the environment you create. Whereas in therapy, it gives them the perfect situation where they can go away and never smoke again, and stop eating the sugary fatty foods, and stop being scared of spiders or whatever they come to you with, without their friends and family saying, why didn't you do it sooner? Because they can say, well, you know what? I tried and it didn't work, but then I got help from the therapist and now I'm a new person. It removes all self-blame, shame, guilt and regret from them for reaching a point in their life where deep down they have realised they could get over this themselves, but then they'd have to explain to the family and friends why they hadn't done it sooner. Go and see the therapist, go through the ritualistic process, and it removes all self-blame, shame, guilt and regret from them, as I explain in more depth in Hypnosis week 1. So we've got rapport, induce the trance, deepen the trance, ego strengthening therapy, necessary therapy, or in this case the routines, telling them what to do, when to do it and how to do it. And these things are made funnier by the use of some music or a visual prop to give them. Major post-hypnotic suggestion is that one near the start of the show, but also at the end of the show, the fact that when they leave the stage, everything will be completely cancelled out in every way. In other words, they'll feel better than they did before they came into the building. And then we awaken them, and with the stage hypnosis show, it's still counting from 1 to 10, but it's making sure that everything's cancelled out. So for example, it might be, in a few months' time, everybody, I'm going to awaken you, and when I do, on the count of 10, then and only then your eyes will open. You'll be your normal selves in every way. Each and every suggestion I've given you, whilst you've been on this stage or in this room here tonight, will be completely, permanently and positively cancelled out of your mind. You will no longer react to pieces of music in the way you did, or to props or objects in the way you did whilst you were here tonight. 1, 2 and 3, every suggestion I've given you tonight, every piece of music you've reacted to, every prop you've interacted with, now becomes completely normal, is cancelled out in the way it was while you were here tonight. 4 and 5, lighter and brighter, almost as if all the stresses, tensions, worries, fears and apprehensions of days, weeks, months and years gone by are leaving your mind and leaving your body right now. As 6 and 7, every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, it's almost as though they're being washed with pure spring water, revitalising, re-energising, so that when you leave this stage and get a huge round of applause from the audience, it will be a reminder that you will feel better than you did before you volunteered tonight, and that any suggestions I've given you are cancelled out in every way. As on 8, you realise that tonight when you go to sleep, when you choose to go to sleep at home, calm, safe and secure, that you'll have one of the best night's sleep you've had in a long time. You'll awaken when you need to, when you want to, with an inner warm glow of confidence, a renewed optimism to life, a more positive attitude to get things done. 9, you've fantastic. You've been one of the stars of this evening's show. And on 10, wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of these people on the stage here tonight has been one of the stars of this evening's show. Without these people to volunteer, without them to have used their powers of intelligence, and concentration so effectively as they have done to entertain you all, there would have been a no-show. So please give them a huge round of applause as they go back to the audience. And that would conclude things for a stage hypnosis show. So obviously if you joined us part way through, that means you've missed the 7-step structure for a successful hypnotherapy session, but that's fine, because when we end this broadcast, you will shortly afterward then be able to watch the replay, where you will be able to learn the 7-step structure for a successful hypnotherapy session. So before I kind of, by the way, if I look over here, it's because this is where my laptop computer is there, so I can see comments below this video, or at least I can on my Facebook profile, namely facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist. That's facebook.com ALEXTHEHYPNOTIST, because in a moment, anyone who's asked any questions on my actual profile there, I will be able to answer. If you're watching this on one of my Facebook pages or groups, I won't be able to answer because I'm on my profile. So you're best off clicking on the picture on the top corner near the video broadcast, where it shows me. I'll look at my laptop so I'm not lying. It shows a cartoon caricature of me. If you click on that, it will take you to my profile, which is public, and you can see the video there, and then you can type in questions underneath. But a brief recap is this. If you go on youtube.com and you type in Hypnosis Week 1, you will get Hypnosis Does Not Exist, the reasons why there's no such thing as hypnosis, how and why it truly works for therapy and for entertainment when it does, and how to manipulate those emotional things for the benefit of your clients, whether it's for therapy or entertainment. Hypnosis Week 2, we teach how to magnetize fingers together, lock hands together, lock eyelids together, make thumbs move further than they did. Suggestibility tests that work every time, guaranteed, because they're down to physical or physiological tricks, but so that when you suggest things with your words and then they happen because of the physiological or physical tricks, people come to believe it happened because you said something, they imagined it, it become reality. Well, that's what a hypnotist does, so you must be a powerful hypnotist. Therefore, the critical faculty, analytical area of the brain shuts down, is bypassed, you're straight into the unconscious, subconscious mind. Arguably, some would say that is what hypnosis is, in which case you've hypnotised them. Week 3 is refresher points. Week 4, Hypnosis Week 4, we covered media manipulation, brainwashing, mind control, and how psychological manipulation is used in everyday life. Hypnosis Week 5, we covered hypnotic inductions, how to turn Week 2 suggestibility test into inductions, how to structure a hypnotic induction. Week 6, we covered tips and tricks you could use in therapy to guarantee that people would stop smoking, will lose weight, do overcome their phobias, and do change their life permanently and positively in one session. Hypnosis Week 7, last week, we covered publicity secrets for stage hypnotists, mentalists, mind readers, hypnotherapists, life coaches, NELPers. It's the same in most all industries. You need a gimmick, you need to be different. That video touches on that. And this one today, that was broadcast live on Sunday the 14th of August 2016, has taught you the 7-step structure for a successful hypnotherapy session, and the 7-step structure for a successful stage hypnosis or even street hypnosis performance. So with that in mind, yesterday was my birthday, 13th of August. I turned 41, which means by the same token, I've just entered, would you believe it, scaringly, my 39th year in show business. I started performing when I was 3 and a bit, so I'm just going into my 39th year in show business. I started doing hypnotherapy professionally for money when I was 14, so I'm going into my, 28th year in hypnotherapy, and I started doing stage hypnosis shows when I was 15, so I'm going into my 27th year of that. So I think I've got some stuff I can share with you, especially given that I've travelled the world doing this. I worked alongside Paul McKenna and all the other massive names. In fact, I've advised tons of them as well, as you can see on my website, magicalguru.com, or better still, go to hypnotismexposed.co.uk and look at the testimonials there, and you'll see that I've taught medical GPs, doctors, nurses, dentists, psychiatrists, famous stage hypnotists, television life coaches. I've taught the vast majority of working, professional, successful stage hypnotists and hypnotherapists in the world today. The evidence speaks for itself at hypnotismexposed.co.uk. If you want to make more money, hypnotise more people more rapidly and be more successful in this industry, whether you want to do it for hypnotherapy purposes or entertainment purposes. If you want to combine hypnosis with magic or mentalism, I did it years before the latest craze. All you need to know is in the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, which contains every training video, book, manual and course, ready-made websites, products that come to you with resale rights, stuff to help you make money, ready-made press release templates, business templates, promotional videos you can rebrand for your business. You name it, it's a business in a box. And literally for the next few days only, then it's ending and you'll never have this chance again. You can get that with 90% off, over 90% off at hypnotismexposed.co.uk. If you do as I teach, you will earn back your full investment with just one show or one therapy session the way we teach, and then you'll be in profit for the rest of your life. If you're not ready to invest $497 in yourself, Law, and you want to become a better hypnotherapist, this week's offer of the week at hypnosisweek.co.uk is for you, but it does run out at midnight on Saturday, the 20th of August 2016. So if you're finding this video months down the line, sorry, too late. Now's the time to act, because it's literally almost 12 hours of training video from two different one-day live events where you see me demonstrate all 7 steps of the structure we've spoken about, including on real clients with real issues that I cure and solve in those sessions. And it can be yours at the moment with over 80% off. So you pay literally $25.40 or £19.64 sterling or €22.75. Shit it out. Treat yourself. It's a no-brainer. You can grab it at the Hypnosis Week. That's HYPNOSISWEEK, hypnosisweek.co.uk, or if you're lazy, go to hypnosisweek.com and click on Offer of the Week, but it runs out at midnight on Saturday the 20th of August 2016. So, all the videos are there, weeks 1 through to 7, teaching you all the stuff you need that would, in conjunction with this video, teaching you the structure, together with my books that you can get free at hypnosisweek.com, is all you need to get started. For the next level, I really need people to demonstrate on, and that's where the video trainings that are in the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp come into themselves, because you see me actually demonstrate stuff on people, and that's why you need to get them for total success. As a bonus, you also get all my mentalism stuff in there, a complete show that I've travelled the world with, and also the publicity secrets that have enabled me to appear on hundreds of TV shows worldwide alongside A-list celebrities, using my mind skills on them therapeutically and entertainment-wise. I'll show you exactly how I achieve that and how you can do so yourself as well. So without further ado, thank you for joining me this week. It seems that there's very little in the way of questions. It must have been incredibly self-explanatory, which is great. However, if you join the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, by the way, not only do you get everything I've ever released to date at one amazing over 90% off price at hypnotismexposed.co.uk, or go to hypnosisweek.com, scroll down the page to the bottom where it says go to Yes Course, and there's a link where you can get that with over 90% off. But also, anything I release in the future will be added into the members area so that you get it at no extra charge. And also it means you get made a member of a private group where my inner elite circle are a member, and then if you've got any questions about stage hypnosis, street hypnosis, hypnotherapy, NLP, life coaching, mentalism, mind reading, fortune telling, or any related subject that's covered in the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, you can ask me questions and I will give you personal, tailored answers at no extra charge. It's the best investment into yourself you'll ever get. Go to hypnotismexposed.co.uk. That's HYPNOTISMEXPOSED.co.uk. posed.co.uk. Invest in yourself, believe in yourself, look at the testimonials there, come and learn from the best like all the successful people in the world have done. If you think of a famous life coach, now pro, television hypnotist, chances are, or mind reader even, chances are I've advised them or taught them or shared stuff with them, as you can see at that link. Thanks for joining us and goodbye.